I'd like to talk a little history, so I need a prop pipe in order to do that. There's no tobacco here ever. I wouldn't touch the stuff. But here, however, Friedrich Wilhelm von Hohenzollern does touch it, as you can see there. Yuck. Filthy, filthy habit. Filthy. Anyway, the King of Prussia that you start Victoria III with, if you are Prussia, is quite a competent ruler. Very, very, very skilled. Perfect statesman. Ah, yes. But this guy, not so much. And historically, he's typically portrayed as a rotund, comical troll by, well, people outside of Prussia. And inside Prussia, they just, oh, yeah, Friedrich Wilhelm. Oh, yeah, he's a Kaiser, all right. So, for example, during the Crimean War, he was trying to not get involved with anybody. France and England and Russia and were all pressing on Prussia to get involved in the conflict. And he was like, He had ordered the attack on Schleswig-Holstein in 1848 that failed. That's right. Prussia lost the first Schleswig-Holstein war. They lost a war with Denmark. Can you imagine how awful that must be to lose a war with Denmark? Yeah. Oh, frightful stuff. Anyway, so historically, not a great guy to have around. And I was thinking in this game run, I want to get the Gutter Crown or Revolution or something going on, and we have something interesting here. Take a look at the ideology of the head of government here, Republican. The intelligentsia, they're liberal nationalists. There's presidential and parliamentary republic down there. The Kleinbürger, they want presidential and parliamentary. The trade unions, they're utopian. They'd like to see universal suffrage and presidential republic, parliamentary republic, or council republic. We haven't invented that yet. Calm down. The Junkers are authoritarian. They will be an obstacle to any reform. The Landvolk, they don't want anything there. Not the leader doesn't want it, and I don't think they're really concerned about the other stuff here. They're more interested in their farms. Okay. The evangelicals, oh yeah, they want the monarchy. Oh yeah. The industrialists, universal suffrage. What about the form of government? Elected bureaucrats? And just looking at some of the other things that they've got here, yeah, they're not going to stand against it. Neutral towards presidential republic there. But also monarchy. Okay. That's fine. And then finally the independent workers, they're moderate, but they like charity hospitals. This is a very neutral group here. So, all right. We know who the landscape is. Basically, the Junkers in Evangelical Church, 17, 18, 19, whatever percent of the population against. But we've got big chunks that are in favor of it. I'd say, now that Germany is formed, Rauch here realizes, Moritz Yucho. We had Rauch in here earlier. Anyway, someone got a plus 50. I guess he left. Anyhow, this guy realizes, hey, we are having a problem here with this monarch. Maybe what we need to do is go with a presidential republic. It's firm. People are represented, but we still have a strong executive. And that is what I'm going to push for. Now, it's going to radicalize the Junkers, and the evangelical church is not going to like it either. But that's what's going to happen here. They're making a move to make this not a German empire, but a German republic. Now, France itself is doing an empire thing here. So England's got a monarchy, Austria's got a monarchy, Russia's got a monarchy, everybody's got a monarch here. The Dutch, the Belgians, even the Belgians got a king. I mean, come on. So the only other one that's not a monarchy is, well, Switzerland, the Federation, and America, which is a rival. And oh dear, President James K. Polk. Speaking of odious rulers, this guy, he was, I don't like him. I don't like him. Anyway, he was a dough face, you could say. He had Southern, anyway, he's pro-slavery. I don't like that. I like my monarchs with less slavery. Anyhow. So yeah, we've proposed the presidential republic. I expect this might make some folks upset. Let's take a look here at our movements. Whoa, trying to scroll down. Oh, you won't be able to see, but the Polish National Movement is upset. But I'm suppressing them. We're okay with that. It's the absolutist movement that's going to spike upward here. So let's pause, and I'd like to suppress them. Yeah, I need to keep suppressing the Polish movement because they're at 46% agitation. These guys are at 41%, and they're a much larger group. You know what? Let's just stop suppressing the Polish one. Then I only need to drop one tax on porcelain, and then apply one to the absolutist movement. So, all right. So now that we're suppressing them, we should be able to get through, and we'll finish building all of our art academies, and hopefully things go okay. Now that we've invented baking powder, we'll have more to eat. More food. Yes, that might help people out there. All right, well, let's see if that works. Geopolitically, I don't really have anything for Germany to do right now. The whole world is interesting. We can't establish any colonies because we haven't passed any colonization. There are, there's the Zollverein has extended to South America. We're building the Niederwald Canal, Niederwalden Canal. All right, that'll get us some more identity progress there. And, okay, he's found some compounds there. Our chemist is doing some good work. When's the truce with Austria over? He asked innocently enough. In 22 months, 11 May 1849. That might be something interesting to have happen. Like if we actually go with a presidency, if that starts to be kind of like a revolutionary thing, a la Napoleon, but 1840-ish, and this, less regicide and more the other thing that ain't killing your king. More voting, just voting. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here. We've got all three of those. We've got their geologist and naturalist. We need a doctor, so let's go for un physicien. Ein physician. I have to remember I'm not France in this run. I keep playing France a lot, but Germany, like I said, is my second favorite one to do. All right, so it looks like we're going to get more wood for everyone. The absolutist movement is, as you can see here, they're being oppressed, but not in a bad way. They're not revolting or anything. Let's get chemist progress so we can discover that thing there. And I'm gonna document some local fauna here. I'll write about a little creature here. How old are you, dude? 48. Wow, he looks... Those are 48 hard years he's lived. I don't think we're going to have a rebellion. I really don't. Those could be famous last words, but the absolutist movement just remains at 49%, 12%. Oh, there we go. We got to 50. So they're protesting. All right, that's good. We're doing an oceanographic study. Let's take... no, we might, just in case we have something going off, we'll take the astronomer there. We'll keep the... Or is Helmut a Junker? Can't remember. Oh, well. Expedition launches. Go to Australia, New Zealand. What the heck? And maybe we'll get killed by a kangaroo. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have a fight. Now, it could stall out because we had a 54% chance of that happening. Woof. But Well, we'll see here. Gonna top off some iron mines there and keep going. All right, I'll let you know if we have any big action and what the next steps will be. Well, stay tuned. All right, we've got an interesting event here, and it ties in with the absolutist movement, which is now at 70% opposition. And the Polish one is also getting higher. I may need to do something about that one. But he gave a speech and trying to stop us going presidential. If we go with it, could complicate things. Well, we get a setback, and the armed forces lose approval, and the evangelical church gains approval and power, and that also gains traction in that revolution, or that counter-revolution, or the whatever, the reactionary movement. But if we go here, we reduce our enactment success chance, but strengthen the armed forces and weaken the evangelical church. I'm going to go this route. And while I'm at it, let's also drop the coal tax and go back to suppressing the Polish national movement. I don't need two revolutions at the same time. Not at all. Anyway, I'm sailing the oceans blue. We'll keep you tuned on any developments on our presidential campaign. Another play for power here. Normally, I go with not all is fair, but in this case, since they are in favor of the presidential form of government, I want to give them 25% political strength, because that could also take away from the other groups. The absolutist movement has grown in agitation. It's at 75%, but its support has dropped to 8%. I need that number to keep going down. So if they do break away, it's a small, manageable situation. We'll keep you tuned. This just in, we have an absolutist movement uprising here. They are definitely militant. They may become revolutionary. Well, what do you mean may? I think they are revolutionary right now, because it's a revolutionary movement here. They'd get 25 battalions, 2 boats, and 5 provinces: Bohemia, Moravia, Schleswig-Holstein, Mecklenburg, and Hanover. That's tough, because we're trying to make states out of Bohemia and Moravia, and this would start that clock over again, unless they're already there. Let me see here. Oh, good, there are incorporated states. Okay, well then we're fine. We're fine. They can revolt, and we'll just have to reset them when they come back in. All right, well, or we could crush it out. We'll see. Anyway, stay tuned for further developments. Wait, what? Britain withdrew from the Convention of Berlin? Was that my treat? Was that my... Oh, no. The Pact of Canterbury, that's my defense treaty there. Convention of Berlin was something else. I think that was our trade... Oh, I was giving them some goods there. It was a transfer goods treaty. Okay. Whew. Okay, that had already expired. Meanwhile, we have... Ooh, if I have the Kleinberger join the German-British Fellowship, that is a +7 to their support. Keep that. Yes, we'll have that. And stay tuned for further developments in the case of the absolutist movement revolutionary uprising. The law for presidential republic has now moved to the adoption phase. Meanwhile, the absolutist movement is at 8% support and 82% activism. We're still watching and keeping tabs on the situation. We'll update you as soon as we have further information. Back to you in the studio, Chet. Or whoever Chet is. Chet's a great guy. All right, we've just had a recession hit. We've got to move in on that. Decrease the interest rate. This will take us from medium to low, which is a good number to have. That will help turn things around economically. And then our mandates need to shift towards ones that will help us recover from this recession and also reduce our market volatility. Meanwhile, the absolutists are at 87% agitation, but only 7% support. So definitely they are getting quashed, but not quashed enough yet. They had a slight setback, a loss of 5%, but they're still aiming to get more active on this. We'll keep you updated. There's a vote pending in 42 days. We'll let you know when that happens. I like the random element names. They're not so random, but yeah, Borussium. That's named after the national anthem I selected for Germany. So we discover it, we name it. And yes, it is Dr. Bunsen, as in the burner guy. Oh, yeah. Anyway, keeping an eye on the revolution. We just had no, we didn't have a day. We had a thing happen over here, increase the tension. We still have that vote in 13 days. The absolutist movement seems to have dropped off my list of things to suppress. What's gone on with that? Am I still suppressing it? Yes, I am suppressing the absolutist movement. Well, their support is now down to 6%. But I don't see them here in my political movement because they're over here. Or wait, no, they used to see them here. Anyway, they're reducing in support. That's the point we're getting at. And we're getting closer to that vote. We had a setback, but the setback also reduced our debate time. So in 53 days, we'll have the next vote. But if this fails, it could kill the movement for now. Again, we'll keep you in touch with the latest developments. So back to our regularly scheduled other show. No, wait, no, you're still watching this. Anyway, it's dramatic. That's the point I'm making. All right, we've got 4 days until the voting happens. Let's see what happens here. I didn't plan that, man. That's pretty awesome. Okay, we now have presidential republic. We've reduced our authority, but we've gained the trust of the people. All right, well, we're no longer a monarchy. We're just straight up Germany here. Is the absolutist movement going to go away, or they're still around here, huh? Well, who's running Germany now? Wait, presidential dictatorship? Oh, I see what we've done here. Okay, I see what we've done here. You're going to laugh, but if you pass a presidential republic, but you don't have any voting, then you have a presidential dictatorship. And so we now need to work on a voting law. Okay, all right, I see what's going on here. Well, the Junkers hate universal suffrage, but I think they also hate landed voting. Yeah, they go down 10 from there. They go down by 10. They go down by 20. They go down by 20. And everybody else is up by 20. Yeah, and the church don't care. So, yeah, let's go straight for universal suffrage. And the Junkers are already ready to bust out of here, so we'll just have that fight when we get there. And we haven't even had the springtime of peoples happen yet. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's 1848, y'all. There should be a springtime of peoples, but there's not. Well, let's just drop these taxes here. I don't really need all of them. They're just extra money. Although, you know what? Let's make some people happy here. We're going to boost the intelligentsia and the Kleinbürger and get a little more authority. Oh, that got it. Now we can have those taxes back. And let's also boost the armed forces approval. Everybody loves this government. Yeah. And that's 5.5 per unit on transportation. 6.2, but that's 6.62, and that's 5.65. So that's a bit more than the transportation one. All right, we'll go with that. I don't like taxing coal. I just don't. So are these guys gonna? Well, they're at 36%. We are continuing to suppress them. They are still at 6%. They will go to a civil war. But they still got to get there. Oh, but wait a minute. Now we have modernized the faith. This can change how the evangelical church views things. I'm going to go with, I love going with the social faith one. This puts them on the side of the poor here. And this might get them to drop out of that coalition. No, it didn't. Oh, well. Still, we have no time to waste on funerals in this cholera epidemic. We'll keep you in touch on how the universal suffrage vote goes. Uh-oh, gone to the dogs. That's how it went. Stay the course and clean up any errors. Or take the suggestions. Ooh, that reduces success chance. That, let's go just with straight up 10% success chance. Okay, so we'll have another hearing in 46 days. We'll let you know what happens then. All right, we're going to take a look at the vote, and it's into the consideration phase. And we found coal, too. All right. And we got our doctorate. We're working on a cholera diagnosis. But the next phase of the revolution will come up in, where's how many weeks? 6 weeks, 10 December 1848. And this is going to be on 21 December. It could move to adoption. So we'll see the next change here. But it's going to have to go through at least 2 more cycles before they hit revolution. We bring you now to Bohemia, where there is a street-side standoff here. We can either order a withdraw, and that's a 50-50 shot of plus or minus 5, or our men are professional, and they can maintain discipline. We've got a professional army. They are professional. And I think, whoops, this actually, that's a violent confrontation. Oh, but also reduces their chances, but no, let's just withdraw. Let's not kill anybody off now. We'll just wait for the battalions to rise up, kill just those people, and then we'll be fine. Less disruption. We'll let that increase, because they're going to be, there's going to be stuff. And now, we're adopting it. Okay, this is going to go in on 4th of February. This will be done on February 9th. Dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned. Well, we have a statue of the old monarch, who is our current dictator, but tear it down. Tear it down. Tear it down. They weren't erected to remember history. They were erected to remind people who's watching them, who's ruling over them, who could crush them. And that is not the case anymore. Tear it down. Tear it down. Antarctica. Ooh, whoa. Well, our guys that were cruising around Australia got blown off course. Now they're around something further south. But a great time for meteorological studies or general studies. Well, we need oceanographic tech. That will give us 3 oceanographic knowledge. This gives us none. All right, so we need the oceanographic knowledge. This will have us complete oceanographic studies and the expedition as well, right? Or do we need one more? Nope. Okay, there we go. All right. Still, keep an eye on that revolution. It'll be kicking off either this round or the next. All right, we have a German absolutist revolt under Kaiser Erwin von Isenburg-Büdingen-Mirholz. They're in a Kaiserreich form of government like the Austrians. Coincidence? I think not. Meanwhile, in Germany, we are just about to have a final vote, hopefully, on universal suffrage. If this passes, we got a president. As it is right now, we do have a revolt, and we're low on food and lead, but we'll work on that. And we have universal suffrage, which means Theodor von Holstein-Gottorp is the new president of Germany, the Kleinbürger. And, okay, anyway, we're going to work on our cholera there. Industrialists are a threat to democracy, but let's not say, we'll let them have their votes there. We're still going to have a vote, and our government is illegitimate. We need to reform it and get to 37. Okay, well, we'll do that then. Somebody's going to do it at least better than 15. All right, we'll hold on to that. And our election hits in 180 days. No, that's too late, man. Okay, well, we may actually have all this done before then. Uh, yeah, the fate of that nation depends on this train running on time. Creatures of habit. There we go. We better not have anybody else get involved. And oh, by the way, we've got a treatment now for cholera. That's awesome there. Uh, so yeah, we have. That's a great to have a doctor on the hand here, and now he can introduce a medical technique. We'll go with that. He will introduce a medical technique. Okay, I am not going to worry about the Sardinia Piedmont sided with the German absolutist revolt. I'm not a fan of that, but we have a early archaeology here. If you'll excuse me here, I'll come back once we have some more shooting starts or if there's another event. I'm not going to fight Sardinia or try to take any of their stuff. Although it would be fun to, but no, but we're German, not Sardinian. But anyway, I'm not worried about these up here. These are going to come back once we finish this revolt and we can get back to normal things. Sweden and Norway have now joined with the absolutist revolt. I am not happy with that. Maybe it's time to add a war goal to... Nope, I can't take them over, so never mind. We'll pass on that. A few more days and then... Whoops, I hit pause too soon. A few more days and we'll find out about this thing. Now I pause. All right. Oh, wow. All this stuff is ending here. Our election is in 79 days, but the Civil War starts today. And we only have the one demand, crushing them. 5 provinces should go pretty quickly here. We're having a medical congress on cholera, and we hope that that goes well. But for now, I really hope that this goes well, and it looks like it will. And, oh, we got mechanized workshops. That's nice. And something going on in Bolivia. What? Oh. That's going on. And we're involved because they are our puppet there. Or, well, protectorate. But I'm not worried for right now. I need to work on dynamite because that'll help me with munitions. And there's going to be some munitioning going on here. I suppose I could spare a division for that front. We'll send these guys over to the Mato Grosso front. And that's all we need to do. Everyone else will drop out once this war is over. All right. Well, the calculations are good. Bury the opponents to see a paper. And let's keep fighting over here. Make sure our soldiers are going to move forward. Yes, we all have commanders. All right, I had to check that part to make sure. And yeah, they're falling in Bohemia right now, as you can see there. Our associate scientist there. We have a new mandate, and this is going to be advanced research level 3. After this, we start picking up the principles to steady our government. Our economy. Difference there. We want to... Wait, I said this is a cholera conference. Why are all these other ones coming up? Well, let's work on tuberculosis. Everybody's coughing on tuberculosis here. We need to... I mean, I'm going to have a lot of artists. Ooh. Well, when someone gets lost at sea, you send condolences. No matter how bitter the enmity may be, they were scientists. And we are all scientists deep down inside. And we share that bond of science, or something like that. If I had more time to write a speech, I would write a better one. But I got to click. I'm in a civil war right now. Excuse me. Pardon me for not being so mournful, but I'm having a civil war. These guys haven't raised any army yet. Makes me wonder why I sent troops over there. But okay. Whatever. Oscar is our new president. Ooh, our election happened. And he is Interlandvogt, a cruel political operator. Oh, all right. Let's see what this does here. We're going to reform the government, and we can get to 86. Yes, please. We need that after having 37 for a while. Oh, that'll get us some good likability. Oh, wow, we're at plus 421 there. Wow, that's great. And all of our political movements have actually dissipated here. So, well, this one didn't dissipate, it paid it, but I can add some more taxes or whatever else I want to, or decrees or things like that. I'll get to those after we're done with this fight here. Or wait, no, actually I should do it now because I could use the money. We're running up some debts here. Let's look for the ones that have the best. That's 5.67, 5.99, 6.28. Ah. Oh, hey, they're cheap now too. 75. Hey, all right. So I don't want to tax clothes or nothing that. So really, I'm looking for the 75 taxes, and those are good. We'll tax the music. Oh, that sounds horrible. We're taxing music. They're so mean. They're taxing our music. No. Yeah, ha 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 ha. We'll tax the transportation too. There we go. And one more tax. The porcelain. Tax the porcelain. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we didn't have to raise the other taxes, which is nice. Our people can stay happy-ish. And oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get involved, dude. There you go. All right. Oh no, get our treatment for Strauss. No. But hey, oh, we've got an element isolated. That's always nice. Let it keep going here. Good job. Oh no. Our composer died. He didn't even make a masterwork yet. No. Well, we'll isolate an element. Let's have our guy prospect for ore here. Yeah, go work on those iron mines in Oberschließen. And we need to get a new composer as quick as we can. First of all, what are we short on? Ooh, wow, we need a painter too. All right, we have no painters. We can hire these guys, so get to work on a painter. Get him painting. All right, for these guys, Meyerbeer is looking pretty good. He is already old, though. Don't like that. Balfe is middle-aged. Diabelli is very old. I'm going to go with Balfe because he's not as old as Meyerbeer. So there we go. Get out there and do an opera season, pal. Thank you. All right. This should end pretty quick here because we are, yeah, they've only got Schleswig left. And meanwhile, the germ theory is quite reinforced there. All right. Sparkle Revolution. Ooh. Okay. Well, we could say we can become more radical. And our leader, Fritz Hermann, who's the head of, well, he's an agitator in the radical movement with the Landvolk. We can do something. And we've got, who will lead Germany in the future? Oh. France is une république, eh? Well, I don't want him to be a treasonous traitor. Let's go with being more radical. Let's push for more changes here. We're taking this is gutter Germany here. This is gutter Germany. We went, whoa, that was a fast event. I didn't get a chance to click on that one. All right, well, whatever. Intriguing collaboration, superb concerto, no inspiration, and we took out the absolutist revolt. And that's over with. So let's go ahead and demobilize. This will get more money in the coffers. Demobilize, and we're gonna have to work on sorting out all of our dudes because this is a lot of extra stuff here, and I don't need those. There we go. And demobilize. Okay, we'll build out a fourth army or something later on. And this also means we need to reset production methods in the places that revolted. I may have to go back and fix their universities and such to balance it out with the other ones, but I think we'll be okay. Got through all that. End of the Civil War. So do we reconcile? And this will get 10% of our populations become more loyalist. And we reduce our activism. We punish the enemy. We only get 6% more loyalists. And we crush the Junkers and evangelical church. However, they're already marginalized. In fact, how marginalized are they, I wonder? Let's have a look. They are 0%. Well, there's nothing to be gained from punishing the enemy. We could rebuild the country, push through extensive reforms. Hey, speed up the enactment time, reduce stall chance, or just reconcile. You know what? We got 44 million people here. Let's make 10% of them more loyalists, because I missed that chance when I fought against Austria and chose the thing that would allow us to expand. This is our chance. Let's reconcile. Let's reconcile. And let's watch these numbers here. We're at 1.35 and 2.27 million. Let's watch them change as we tick over. I don't even think our troops ever got to New Angola. Or if I look here, yeah, they are. Oh, they just barely got there, and now they're coming back because I saw the arrow was still outgoing and now it's incoming. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Anyway, 1.35 and 2.27. Let's watch these tick over. Wow. 235K at 6.84 million. That was the right choice. That was the right choice. Path to liberalism was completed. We have freedom, equality, and brotherhood. Yeah, he's a fearless visionary. Go, dude, go. Oh, wait, we probably should subsidize our ports. That could, no, they are all subsidized. Then we need more ports. That's sad there. Oh, good, we're building one right now. All right. But yeah, that's great how we've got some really loyal folks. That's going to help us overall with just about everything. And we've invented new rifles. Yes, that is really good. This guy's a good engineer here. Unfortunately, well, he was bad and now he's moderate. He's old too. I'm working on getting a new engineer right now. Because this guy is, yeah. Let's get some additional work teams. Drop that out. Spitting on the streets. Let's go with okay, both of these have a -2 mortality and drop in authority, but this one makes them more radical. We just got people to calm down. Let's not do that. Nice ballet, though. And Echoes of the Revolution. Hugo Peiser of the Industrialists will become radical. Let's hear what he has to say. I should start passing laws right now, is what I should do. What am I waiting for here? What are the things we could pass? We could go to total separation. That's the thing. Whoops, closed the wrong one there. Or we could go to regulatory bodies. The industrialists will not like that, but they're not going to like a lot of the things we're about to pass. Like get right to associate. That'll make some people drop there. But it'll give the labor unions the ability to go forward. I've got good ones here. Colonial affairs we can come back to later. Although I think anything we pass here is going to knock 20 out of the Landvolk, and they are the top, or they're the top group. Let's say they won't pass that. No, the army was good. We don't have to do. We have everything we need here except for freedom of conscience. Let's make it total separation. There we go. And we're going to look at that. This is going to pass in, normal time. We had a nice medical congress, and he's no longer a national writer. Okay, we need to get a new writer now. He needs another reputation. Great. Well, we'll just wait for him to improve, and then we'll make him a new writer, I guess. We'll clear these out here. Oh, we can fix somebody's boo-boos. Here we go. Fix your kidney stones, Moritz. Yay! I love curing kidney stones. That's a good thing. Don't ask me how to do it. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to know. I'm just glad it happened. All right. And speaking of glad it happened, we definitely need more ports. If we're going to supply our forces, we need a lot more ports. So let's build them. Let's get up to 10 in each of these locations. That's a lot of ports, you're saying? And I'm going, yeah. We're going to go overseas a lot. We're going to need to have ports. Okay. So that's all of them getting built. We'll have a lot of those things coming out of them there. Let me do check on the. Let's see here. Actually, let me go over to here just to the universities. Okay. Hesse, Baden, Brandenburg, Bayern, Württemberg, Niederschlesien, Posen, Anhalt, Westfalen, Pommern, Nordrhein, Ostpreußen, Westpreußen, Ruhr, Rhineland, Oberschlesien, Elbe, Hanover. Elba was one of them, but they kept everything there. Oh no, Elba didn't revolt. It was the other guys that revolted. Yeah, Mecklenburg, Schleswig, Hanover. I didn't see any universities from them. Do I still have the same number? Yeah, I do. So yeah, we're at 100 universities. That gives us quite a lot of innovation. 224 to be exact. Oh yeah, we're innovative. So let me go to our art buildings. Those are the only other ones where I like to keep a nice spread here. Okay. Württemberg, Niederschlesien, Posen, Franken, Elbe. It looks like they kept the books there. Yeah, I want that. Okay. No, oh, again, Elba wasn't one that... Okay, Böhmen did revolt, but I think I also had books on them as well. So, no, wait, that's 20. Well, we need writers, so we'll just leave it there. Okay, they're fine. Okay, so everything's the way it should be. And I think because they were a Kaiserreich, we need to look at possible Austrian involvement in that war. If the Austrians are undermining our freedoms, and the French ones too, these guys are a nice republic here. Oh, wow, yeah, they look like us. Is there a chance that maybe we can form a treaty with them? Okay, why not a defensive pact? What's going on here? Okay. Article reluctance. Neighbors, their attitude is cautious. We have alliances or pacts with French rivals. But we have some shared rivals. But France already has defensive pacts. So if we started giving them... Wow, that's a lot just to get a nice little thing there. What if we just worked instead on a trade deal? Now, they hate that too. Well, who are the French hating on right now? Their rivals are Austria and the Ottoman Empire and England. Well, they're just cautious towards us. Wait, Austria? Oh, well, we have... Oops, if we go back to Germany here, we're rivaling Austria. I could make the Ottomans a rival. And... No, I like them too much. Well, what if I did attack the Austrians? Let's say we go to diplomatic demands targeting states. Austria, return state. Who would be involved? Wow, that's a lot of support. Russia, Spain, two Sicilies, Tuscany, and Parma would all join in. But England would be on my side, or close to my side. France leans my way more than they do the Austrian way. The question is, could I take Austria and Russia at the same time? Let's take a look at their armies. 4035, 6218, so about 10,000 is their power. And they've got 1123 and 138, so about 1,200 on the Navy. 10,000 Army, 1,200 Navy. Okay, I've got 800 Navy. I need more. I understand this. And my Army is at 9,900. But I've got something that they don't have. And that is rifle level 2. And thanks to, we go from we're from 3% offense and kill rate to plus 6% offense and kill rate. Thank you, Morgan wrote. Now, don't think that I'm the only one doing this. I have seen other countries do this research, so yeah, it's fair game. If they want it, it's out there. Of course, Russia can't really innovate that much. And once we flesh out our army a little bit more, I think we'll be ready to take them on, even with their other supporters. I mean, Spain, 3,000 there, but again, they don't have what we have, and that'll wear them down quickly. Plus, we can also build out our munitions, our food, our war industries, and prepare in advance for this attack on Austria. So look for that. We're going to continue with Metternich's nightmare in the next episode of The Gutter Crown.